Well, there, this episode of 50-Second Film Fields. It's the new Minecraft movie. I love the fact that the OG MILF is in that. I mean, she's the GOAT. She's literally the OG of MILF. Stifler's mom can still get it. Jen Coolidge, still hot. They just put her in everything now. That's pretty much the point. She's funny and she's got funny lines, but it's kind of misplaced. Like, I don't understand. She didn't really need to be there. Like, her lines and her character and whatever the tiny bit of storyline they did give her, like, it was basically just thrown in there for fun. It didn't really do anything to advance the script. I feel a divide coming on. I feel like half of the movie audience will love this and half of them won't. As far as it goes, when it comes to video games adapting into movies, on that spectrum, I think that Minecraft falls way above Borderlands, but not even really close to Sonic. It's more on the level of FNAF, where we have a lot of fan service intentionally done. Didn't do as much to get the non-gamers or people familiar with the game on board, but in this one, they kind of cover a little bit about that in the opening of the movie. It's so frustrating because it's like a 103-minute sequence of exposition where Jack Black is actually the one explaining like the backstory and how he gets where he is to the movie, and then the whole thing jumps off after he's done talking for 6 days. As far as most of the characters go, I also love Danielle Brooks. She didn't really have much to do here. They all have their own quirky dialogue and they're all interesting and funny. Jason Momoa kind of steals the show. At first, I wasn't sure how his chemistry would be with Jack Black. A lot of times when characters are too similar, it doesn't work. It did start off seeming like they were a little bit of the same character, and then they sort of grew into their own personality, slightly different personality. Even Henry. Natalie was kind of the same way as Danielle Brooks. You're like, what? Just falling a little flat with the characters. However, don't get me wrong, there are a handful of lines of dialogue that were so cringe. I was like, oh, no, why did we do that? Sometimes you know how you can tell a director by watching a movie without knowing they directed the movie. And this screams of Jared Hess because he's the same director that did Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. It's got that same look, his same feel, his same shooting style. The directing was good. It was actually really good. Also, other similarities, I just noticed things, like just from being a film nerd, I'm like, why are there tater tots mentioned in both of these movies and alpacas? Jack Black is there, utilized for what he does. Everyone knows he sings, so they just utilize him for that, and he sings. He has a lot to do, so he does the most acting. And I feel like if anybody says he's miscast, he's actually not. He's kind of perfect for this role. It's definitely not the best story ever written. Okay, there are a lot of amazing visuals in this movie. The set building, the CG, the practical effects, all visually stunning. It's vibrant, it's pretty, it's fun, it's exciting. The costumes that added to the visuals, everybody was wearing these crazy outfits, and Jason Momoa, I know he's supposed to be this like wash up 80s like hometown legend hero type of guy, more like a legend in his own mind, but he's got this leather pink jacket on with these fringes coming from the outside, and then he's also driving his like 1980s Pontiac Firebird, and then the music choices were interesting too, and he's like screaming and then he's crying and he plays that like kind of sad boy like vibe going on pretty well, and then all of a sudden you hear woke up to the sound of pouring rain, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a throwback song, and it's almost like he came straight out of like a 1980s heavy metal movie. And then he actually makes this line where he's like, stay metal, heavy, real instruments. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. It's definitely worth, I think, the watch just because it was so entertaining and funny. I definitely laughed out loud several times. I'm sorry, but I think one of the best parts about the movie was a 5-minute teaser for the new Superman movie. I know that sounds harsh, but that clip was fire.